Hello there, my friends. Tony Stank here, taking over the show from the Marvelous Night to bring you one of Stank Industries' finest, the Iron Man Mark 45 suit by Hot Toys. It's time for an nerdgasm. Welcome back, my friends, to another unboxing video. If this is your first time on the channel, George and Seth do a lot of talk of collecting. They go on toy hunts, they do Hot Toys reviews, statue reviews, and all kinds of other geek stuff for you nerds out there. So if you're into all of that, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of the content. George also wanted me to let you guys know about his good friend Jeff that hooked him up with this figure right here. He seems to be a pretty cool dude to be buying this stuff. But Stank Industries is absolutely the finest. So thank you, Jeff, for hooking him up. And he also wanted me to let you know that if you're into hot toys like this and statues and things like that, make sure you head over to Comic Concepts. They have the best pricing around on all of this high-end collectibles. So he left a link in the description below for you guys to get to all of that. So why am I taking over the show? It's really quite simple. George and I tuned in to one of Seth's Hot Toys Lounge videos yesterday where he and a good friend of ours, Josh Pence, were doing unboxing videos of two of one of the baddest Iron Mans out there. So you guys should check that video out. But during the video, the two of them were commenting on how difficult it is to put these Iron Man figures into the superhero landing post. Seth went on to say that it's impossible. Now, I understand Seth has some performance issues. It's not uncommon in guys his age, but I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely not the case. Iron Mans produced by Stank Industries are some of the finest, AAA certified. I'm gonna show you guys today how to put this into the superhero landing pose and other poses during the unboxing video. So let's get to it. All right, so before we break into the box, let's take a look at the artwork of it. You have the Iron Man figure seen here. I really love the design of this. It's got nice bright colors. I love the red and oranges that it has going on. It says Avengers Age of Ultron right there. Iron Man Mark 45. You know, the only thing that's missing on this is the Stank Industries logo. I don't understand why they didn't put that on here, but all right. So you have the Iron Man hand right there and then an Iron Man logo right there. On the back is the credits of everybody that built this fine piece of machinery. And on the side, again, you see Iron Man's hand, Iron Man Mark 45. So there is a plastic sleeve over this box, and then the box slides out like that. And you get a foam, and I just dropped the instructions. All right, you get some instructions here, which we'll take a look at. You have the foam covering that comes out, and you're left with this foam protective sleeve that covers your figure, which looks fantastic. I really love the way they make these box designs. They do a really nice job. In fact, I like them even better than they do with the statues. So let's take this out. Okay. And what you are left with is the figure. And let's see if I can do it without dropping anything. And nope. Something fell. All right, so that's basically how everything comes. You get the hands, you get the body, and then beneath all this is the base. So let's get everything out. I'll show you guys all of the accessories that come with this, and then we'll start looking at the articulation. All right, so first up, you get a Iron Man fist. You can see the detail in the way that looks. It's pretty awesome. Like all of the paint work that they did on it. You got that weathering that looks realistic and a really nice metallic finish to the paint. So very, very, very nice work. All right. You also get a swap out hand with an open hand. These do not have an articulation, but they have like rubber feel to the finger. So they do move a little bit. They just don't hold the position when you do that. Very nice look to this as well. Texturing and weathering and really nice vibrant paint. I love the color on the paint. You got a battle damaged chest piece if you want to display it like this. Probably not the way that I'm going to go with it. It's because I like my Stank Industries armor to look nice, new, and out of the gate. Really cool. You get a hand with firing repulsors. See that? And that's got kind of like a clear effect to it, so that you know you may shine some light through it, give it that look like it's bright. So that's cool. You got another hand doing the exact same thing. All right. You get two more repulsor firing here. I don't know if this is probably for the feet to make it look like he's flying. So we'll take a look at that as it's going. All right. You get another open hand For the opposite hand, same thing, fingers are rubber. Get another closed fist. All right. You get two clear, looks like laser firing effects that you can take and put on the hands to give it that effect like it's firing. It comes to a nice sharp point to give it that look. All right. You get an Ultron Sentry base section that you could throw on there as well. Look at the detail on that. I love the way this looks. The red eyes and the scuffs and dings and damage all in it. Looks really cool. You got exposed metal parts there. I think the only thing that would be like an added bonus on this is if they actually threw in like the wiring or something, but looks really, really good. I love the way that looks. All right. And then you have a diorama style base. This came out nice. It's got weathering and destruction in it. You know, you got lots of nice paint. It's got a nice weight to it. It's got a pin there for you to be able to put the flying, or the crotch holder. So if you want to make it look like he's flying. And just look at that, it looks really good. All right, and you got some metallic areas here on the opposite side, you know, to go along with the sentry door if you want to put it there. I guess that's the idea. And just some parts that are just there. So really nice, all right? And then you get two very heavy bars, and this is what will hold your Iron Man figure in the air if you want to take and put him in the air. So you have that, and you got the waist and the crotch holder there, so you could take and pose them better. Last thing you get is a ton of batteries. So you get like all the batteries it comes with, and a little special tool for you to put all the batteries in. That's a lot of batteries, so I'm gonna have to do some work. So let me get all the batteries installed, and that way I can show you the figure with the light on effects. All right. All right, so seeing this armor in person, I'm reminded just how awesome Stank technology is. Wow, this thing is cool. Oh man. Okay, so this is all die cast, so it's got a good solid weight to it, very hefty armor that you got right here. I absolutely love the Mark 45 armor. It's one of my top favorite armored suits from the Iron Man movies, with the Mark 7, the Mark 3, the Mark 45, the Mark 46, and the more recent Mark 85. Those are like my top. I love these Iron Man suits, and the Hulkbuster, of course. What I love most about this one here is just the organic feel of the armor, and he just looks, you know, more powerful in my opinion. He doesn't look, looks, you know, like you got these forming biceps and muscular areas. It makes him look tough, very, you know, form-fitting suit, and that's what I like. And then the helmet is a little bit smaller, so it just makes the rest of the body look that much bigger. He balances really well, so that's cool. Again, all die cast. Light up features are in the helmet. You get two light up eyes, you get a light up chest, and then you also have light up repulsors on the hands. Those are the only areas where you have batteries to install. I did not put them in the hands, but I did install them in the helmet, which is up here at the top. This cap comes off, and there's 3 batteries that go in there. And then in the back, there is 3 more batteries that go in there. To Seth's note, yes, they are a pain in the ass to put in, but it's well worth it when you got them installed to see the light up features. It does look really good. So let's bring you close up in, and you can take a look at the armor in all of its detail. All right, so there is the Mark 45 suit in all of its close-up detail. Just look at the artwork on this, guys. Full die cast. Love the paint job on it. You got this really nice vibrant red and the gold. I love this suit the most because it has a lot more red than the gold, which I like about it a lot. You got some very cool light up features here. You can see the chest arc reactor. You could see that it doesn't light up as bright. You could see the internal part of the arc reactor. I kind of wish it was a little bit brighter. Let me kill the lights here so you guys can see, you know, what it looks like in the dark. There you go. So you can see that the eyes have a nice white look to it. The arc reactor is still a little visible with the light, but you know, it's still not that bad. I kind of would prefer it to be a lot brighter and less detail on the arc reactor, so that you can get more of a feel like it's, you know, brighter. You really don't see the arc reactor so much in the movie. Otherwise, I mean, the full-on engineering of this, you know, you can see exposed mechanisms from the inside of the shoulder blades, all of the overlapping metal. I mean, just look at the way they did that. I would love to see this in a statue because this is one of my favorite Iron Man suits, but I don't think that they can top this figure. This figure is really nice. Look at that. Really awesome look to that. Almost makes you want to take a look at the quarter scale version of this guy. All of the metal and paint. They got a really nice shine to it. Makes it look, you know, very much like metallic with that red. And then those little nice silver touches just make it look, you know, just set it off. Lots of contrast. The way the boots look. Just a really awesome design to the suit. All right, so let's take a look at the articulation. I'll show you guys all of the moving parts and how to get to it, and then we'll get into some posing. All right, articulation time. So unlike all of the other 1/6 scale figures, the Iron Man figures are unique that they have a lot more articulating parts than anything else. So let's take a look at all the things you can do. Starting off with the head, you can turn the head about that far to the left. You can go about that far to the right. He can look down about that much, and then he can look up about that much. There's not much of a, well, no, you actually can go pretty far back. Very cool. All right, so you can almost have him looking directly up, and I like the way that looks. Really nice look to him, like he's about to jump up into the air. All right. In the shoulder sections, you have these flaps on the shoulders that flip all the way up to give you a little bit more exposed areas here so you can move the arms more. They open up about this much here, so you got almost a full perpendicular articulation there for the arms, so they can go completely out. So that's cool. If you want to go forward, you have the option to keep the arms inside a little bit so that you don't have to see all the exposed areas. That way you can hide the fact that it's a toy. But if you want to be able to get into some more posing, you can take and open the flap here and then just pull out on the arm slightly, and then you can get some real nice movement in the arms. Yeah, see? So that'll help you out there. Okay. Also, in the elbow section here, well, first of all, you can also get some turning in the upper bicep, so you can spin it left and right like that. Okay. You almost get it completely all the way around, so you can get some movement there. In the elbow section, you can get a 180-degree turn that way. Now, if you want to get more, you pull out on the elbow a little bit, and then you can get a little bit more turning. You can't get completely back like you would a double joint, but you can get a little bit more back than you would normally. So if you want to have more play that way, you can do that. You also have the exposed chest plate. So if you want to take and remove that, you can do that as well and put on the battle damage chest plate if that's what you want to do. Like I said, it's not the way that I'm going to pose it because I like the clean look for this one. So you can have it looking like that, like he's been into battle. All right. Put that back here. So that's something you can do. The back has flaps. You got to have some good nails too to get to these things, because they are back there. All right, so just pull it up a little bit. All right, so you can have the flaps that open up. And there you go. Flaps open up in the back like that. You also have in the forearms the lasers that can be exposed. Pull that out here. So these come out here on the arms, and you can have it exposed so that you can put the laser in here, you know, like he's firing. Okay, so you can do that. Moving into the waist section. So the waist and the upper chest, you do have a little bit of play right there. You can see at the upper chest, which is good. You can move a little bit forward like that. You can tilt back about that much. And then in the lower part of the waist, you have no movement until you pull up on it. So there's some options to do that as well. So right here in the lower part of the waist, you can take and pull up. It pops up like that. And then it gives you a little bit more play in the waist. So you can angle around a little bit more, right? And give a little bit of turning, a little bit more turning than you would normally. So that's an option for you if you want to take and display it that way. To get the legs moving into place, you can move up these flaps like that. All right, and it gives you a little bit more movement. There's a button here on the back of the butt that you want to push, and then that'll give you more play to move the legs forward like that and about that far back, okay? So let me take and close that all back up. So that gives you some options for displaying, which is probably gonna be crucial when we start to do the superhero landing that we're gonna do. All right, the legs themselves, you have a double joint in the knee, so it gives you the option to do that with the knee, okay? You have a little bit of turn in the upper thigh, so it gives you some movement here in the upper thigh, so you can move it. You can go about that far in and about that far back. You can't go as much as you would, like say on a normal figure, because the armor gets in the way. All right, so that's that. Now in the calf area here, there is no turning. You can't spin this around at all, so you don't want to take and mess with that too much. In the lower ankle area, if you want to move the ankles around, there's two flaps that pop out here on the back of the foot. All right, this comes out like that. You can see that it moves, and you have another one here at the front area of the where the shin meets the foot. Okay, and that'll allow you to move the ankle forward and back more easily, and it'll also give you some play at the very tip of the foot, so you can get a little bit more movement there for posing. That'll help when you want to make him look like he's walking. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is the iconic superhero landing, because Seth had an issue with that, so I want to see if I can get it done with this guy. Let's give it a try. All right, so I don't do this too often when I'm posing my figures, but I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do the superhero landing pose. So the very first thing that we're going to need to do with the Iron Man figure is we're going to pull the arms out just a little bit, you know, to give it a little bit more motion in the arms. You don't want to have any kind of restrictions going on, so you want to do that. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up on the waist, and we're going to loosen that up as well. We need all the play and movement that we could possibly get in this guy to get this pose going together, because it is a little tricky. All right. The chest area, the lower waist area, has a flap that pops open, and that'll give you just a little bit more play to be able to lay over on the lower part of the waist. So you want to get that going as well. All right, so we're going to take, and I got a picture right here of the way it looks, so I can try to match that up. We're going to first twist a little bit in the waist, because you need to have him kind of turned that way in the position that we're going to have him landing down into. So I got him a little bit turned. All right, and then we're going to get the legs going. Now for the legs, you want to take and open up these flaps. All right, you want to get them up and out of the way, because we're going to need, again, all the movement that we could possibly get in these legs. So I'm going to slide these guys open like that. All right, the button on the back, we're going to push that on the butt. All right, and we're going to move this leg up and inside of the flap like that. So there's the flap right here, you can see, and then this thigh is going to go in there, and we're going to take and have him landing this way. Okay, next flap is going to do this, and then we're going to have the button again, and we're going to push this leg back, get him in a weird, awkward kneeling pose. Okay, so that's your land so far. All right, you got him landing down. All right, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we need to get the waist going forward and over, because he's got to land and he's going to be balancing on this arm right here. Okay, so we're going to get this arm forward like that. We're going to tip this over and on the waist, and we're going to bring that down. So let's keep that open. It's easier to do when I'm looking at it than it is trying to look at it through a camera. Okay. And pull out the elbow just a bit. Move the arm like that. This arm is going to be back just like this. Okay. And I'm moving the flaps around on the feet a little bit just so that I can get a little more balance with the foot by moving the ankle and cocking it just a bit. And you want to puff that chest out just a little bit more so you can get a little more balance on that arm. Turn the waist up a little bit. And that's about it, I think. Keep that foot down. Yeah, I think that's about it right there. The double joint just going a little bit more, just to pull that thigh up just a touch. Gives it more, lets you get the face, see the face a little bit more. Okay, and arm like that. Yeah, powerful landing. All right. Right, and there it is, the superhero landing. I think this came out pretty good. You can see that it does take a little bit of work to get it into place. You just can't be too afraid of breaking something. You know, just move the flaps like I told you to do, and then, you know, manhandle it a little bit. But yeah, you can get this pose. You do have a lot of articulation in these Iron Man figures. I'm going to show you this from the sides. You can see how weird it looks from the side, and then from the back. That's how it looks from the back. And then this side right here. This pose really looks good from the front, like that. But I don't think it looks too good from all sides. So that'll give you guys an idea of how, where to put the legs and everything to get this pose working for you. All right, so let's try something different. All right, now we got him in like a hovering pose, like he's about to land or something like that. I switched out the hand so that it has the effect like he's using the repulsors to help balance himself. Really like the way this pose came out. You do need to use both the waist grabber and the crotch grabber to do this though, because it's very, very heavy and one won't hold him enough to put it, otherwise he slides right off. As it is, I'm a little bit afraid of the way this is grabbing at his waist, because it doesn't really clamp around the waist completely. So I'm trying to turn it very, very gingerly. But you can see how the pose looks. He looks very powerful, and I really love this. This is a really nice pose, another really cool one. All right, let's get a couple more poses going, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this one. All right, we still have him up in the air. I got the knee up a little bit like that, like he's pulling back and about ready to fire off one of the repulsors. So I think that came out really nice. Again, really nice looking pose. I really love the ability to articulate him and move him into all these different poses. I gotta say, for posing, I'm really loving the way this thing is. This thing is really cool. So you can see how that came out. Looks really dope. So you wanna have it like kind of like that when you wanna have it aimed forward. So gives it a real nice dynamic feel, you know, pulling out and stretching out with the other arm. So really dope. All right, and there goes one more final pose. Pretty powerful. I like this one too. This one came out pretty nice. Again, really cool articulation. The only thing now that I'm seeing that I wish they would have is a more relaxed hand. They only have the hands that shoot the blasters out. I would like to have a hand that, oh no, holy crap, whoops. 1 second. All right, I'm back with the same pose, but I found out that the fingers on the closed fist actually articulate, so that's really dope. This is cool. Okay, so now I got him in this powerful pose, looking like he's like, come get some, you know, that kind of thing. I kind of wish I had thrown the batteries in there now so you can see the light source from it. But you can see that the lights on the chest and the eyes are starting to dim out. The batteries are probably starting to go on it, so I'll get some new batteries for this one, but they're not all that bright. I wish they were a little bit bright. Even though, you know, once I got it on display, I'm probably not going to be putting any batteries in it. But still, hands down, really sick piece. I mean, even the head on the base articulates. I mean, this is cool. They have a lot of cool options for you to display this figure. A lot of cool posing that you could do with this figure. A little bit difficult to put the batteries in, but overall, I think this thing is a super cool Iron Man figure. One of my favorites in the line, one of my favorite figures here to have in the house right now. So really, really awesome. So that's it. That's the video right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Iron Man figure. What do you know, is this your favorite one in the line, or did you like other ones better? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, until next time, keep it marvelous.